I'm certain that if the case were tried based upon the facts which were submitted to the public on November 24th by District Attorney of Dallas, there could have been no conviction. There clearly was not a case which indicated that Oswald was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt based upon everything that Mr. Wade said. There were, in my view, large numbers of unanswered questions at that time. Since that time, in reference to the investigation which I've conducted personally, which others have conducted in the Dallas area, none of those questions have been resolved or answered, and many new questions have appeared.
Mr. Lane, why would Oswald leave the book depository after the shooting?
Well, I have not yet firmly established in my mind the fact that he was present at the book depository building or that he left shortly thereafter. And we're going to have to investigate that matter more thoroughly before we're willing to concede that that is the situation.
Sir, do you feel that someone else other than Oswald did shoot President Kennedy?
I believe that if everything that the FBI, Dallas Police, Dallas DA version says is true, that is, that one person alone participated in the assassination, and that Oswald was on the 6th floor of the Texas Book Depository building, that it would have been virtually impossible for Oswald to have been the one person, because I think it is quite plain that the shots that were, some of the shots, or at least one of the shots that was fired, which struck the president, was fired from in front of the president, not from the rear.
That particular view is in direct conflict with the Bethesda, Maryland Naval Hospital autopsy.
Yes. That particular view is the view expressed by 3 doctors in Dallas who tried to save the president's life shortly after he was shot on November 22nd.
I wish to make a direct appeal through a public statement to President Lyndon B. Johnson. I hope my statement will be accepted in the spirit in which I offer it, namely, in the name of justice and our American way of life. A man is innocent until proven guilty. Dear Mr. President, I can now address you as such because of the tragic death of your dear friend and our late President, John F. Kennedy, who was shot down by an assassin's bullet on November 22nd, 1963 in the city of Dallas. I can understand your grief, and I also sympathize with you. However, on November 24th, 1963 in Dallas, because of a different type of tragedy, I find myself the mother of the accused, Lee Harvey Oswald, who was convicted within a few hours without benefit of trial or counsel. We breathe the same free air, the right to think, and the right to question what we would consider any injustice against another human being. I sincerely hope that you will be so kind as to consider my request, thereby helping me to continue to have faith in our American way of life. Respectfully yours, Marguerite Oswald, mother of Lee Harvey Oswald.
Mrs. Oswald, you've said that you were not questioned by the authorities. I think we can agree that your son had a stormy childhood at best, and according to...
No, I do not agree with you there.
Well,
and that's
according
why
to
I want witnesses cross-examined. There's been a lot of public statements made that I can contradict, because I know, and not as a mother, but some things in writing.
Well, in the past, records, particularly in New York, in Mr. Lane's area, show that you, in the past, failed to respond to Lee, particularly when he needed, when he was recommended for psychiatric care by the Children's Court of the Bronx.
That is incorrect, because the court had never asked me, never did tell me that Lee had a psychiatric treatment. That is incorrect, and to prove that it was incorrect, the judge, when Lee was brought into court, and I was present naturally, let me have my boy. So that contradicts the story right there.
Well, according to children's court psychiatrist in the Bronx, there's a subpoena on record that you had to be subpoenaed to bring Lee in the first place, and that there were no facilities available, and that was why he was not committed at the time.
And that is an incorrect statement that I had to be subpoenaed to bring Lee into court. They picked Lee up, as I said before, which was a very, very sad affair. They picked Lee up and brought him into court. And when I went into court, they took my child away from me in the very instant. And then I had to go into an office, and they gave me a slip of paper where I could visit him. That was the way my child was taken from me in court.